Okay, well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get the auction started. I want to welcome everyone here today, and glad you're here with us today, and hope you enjoy your time with us throughout this day. And we want to welcome, want to give everybody a very Merry Christmas coming up here this week, and hope everyone has a great Christmas. And we'll be back here next Tuesday, same time. We'll run right through the holidays, so just keep that in mind. So, once again, thanks for coming out, and I think as soon as they bring the calf in, we'll be ready to get started. Yeah, 74.60. Bull calf, 74.60 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 5. 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 Here, but get 5. Here, but get 5. Here, but get 5. 3. 3. But about 3. But about 3. But get 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 3. 2. 2. But about 2. But get 2. But get 2. But get 2. But get 2. 100. But about 2. But get 2. But get 2. 100. But about 1. At out quarter. At 1. 1 quarter. 1 here. But about 1 quarter. 1 here. But about 1 quarter. Half. Here. But about 150. 150. 75. At 1. 75 down 2. But about 2. 2 quarter. But about quarter now. Half. Here. But about 250. 75. Here. But about 2. 75. 3. 3 quarter, but about 3 quarter, but about 3 quarter half. What about 350? Now 75 here, what about 3 75 now 4, but get 4, but get 4, but get 4, but get 4, 3 75, what about 4, 3 75 here, what about 4, but get 4, but get 4, 3 75 here, what about 4, but get 4, but get 4, 4 sold at over 375 is the 86.94. 75.94 bull calf. 75.94 on the bull calf. Here, I take about 12. Here, about 12. Here, get 12. Here, about 12. Here, get 12. Here, get 12. 11. 1100 here now. Quarter. 11 here, 11 quarter. 11 quarter. 11 here, 11 quarter. 11 here, 11 quarter now. Half. Here, about 50. 75. 11. 75. 12. Here, about 12. Now quarter. Half. Here, about 12. 50. 75. Now 13. The quarter. 13. The quarter. 13. 13. The quarter. About quarter. Get 13. The quarter. 13. 13. The quarter. 13. The quarter. Sold at over 1358.61. Yeah, 76.02 bull calf, 76.02 on the bull calf. Here, right here we go. Right here, about 1,000. Up there, about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000 and a quarter, about 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, about 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 a quarter, about 10, 25. 10, 25. Yeah, about 10, 25, 50. 10, 50, about 50. Everybody get 10, 50, 50, 75. 10, 75 here now 11. Now quarter, 11 a quarter. Everybody 11 a quarter. 10, 10, 10, about 10, 20. Everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, 30, about 30. Everybody get 30, 40. 11, 40. Everybody get 40, everybody get 40, everybody get 40, everybody get 40. 11, 40, 11, 40. Sold up over 11. 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2, 76.05, 76.05, bull calf here, but about 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, but about 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half, what about 50, we get 13, 50, now 75, 13, 75, 75, 60, 60, 16, somebody, we get 13, somebody now 80, at 80, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 13, 80, sold at over 13, 70, 58, 61, 73, 86, bull calf, 73.86 on the bull calf here. Right here, but about 1,000. Up there, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. You say 1,000. Everybody get 1,900. Now quarter. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 quarter. Everybody get 9 quarter. 9 quarter. But about 925. And 925. Yeah, but about 925. Yeah, but about 925. Everybody get 925. 50. 950. 75. 975. Everybody get 975. And 975. Everybody get 975. 975. Sold up over 950. Put them on 61. 81 on 2. 74.95 bull calf here, but about 11, 1100, everybody 11, and now quarter 1125, 1125, 25 here, but about 1125, 1100 now 25 here, but about 1125, 1125, 25, 50, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 30, 40, 1140, 50, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, 60, 1160, we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, sold at over 1150, 10, 31. 74.96 bull calf. But about 12, he would get 1,200, he would get 12 quarter, but between, he would get 12 and a quarter half. He would about 12.50, 75, 12, somebody about 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter half. He would about 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 75, at 13, somebody about 30, but about 13, 75, 30, but about 75, 60, 70, at 13, somebody would get 70, would get 70, would get 70, would get 70, sold at over 13, 60, 58, 61. 76-11, heifer, 76-11 on the heifer. But here, but 12, here, but 12, 100, here, but 12, here, but 12, at 12, here, but 12, here, but 12, here, but 11, here, but 1100, here, but 11, and now quarter, 11, here, but 11 a quarter, 11 here, but 11 a quarter, half, here, but 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but 12, now quarter, now half, here, but 12, 50, 75, at 12, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75, what about 12, 60, now 70, and now 80, but 80, but 80, but 12, 80, 12, 70, but 80, but 80, but 80, but 80, but 80, but 80, sold at over 12, 70, 61, 81. 74-82 on the bull, 74-82 on the bull, right there, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000, 1,000. Everybody get 1,000, 1,000. Quarter, but now half. And what about 10, 50, 75, and now 11, 1,100. Everybody 11, and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half. And what about 50, 11, 50, 11, 30, 30, but about 30. Everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30. Sold at over 11, 25. 61, 81 on 2. 61, 81 on 2. 73, 29. 73, 29 on the bull calf. Here we go. All right, on this one here. Everybody get 11, everybody get 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,100. Now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half. Everybody on 50, 11, 50, 50, 75, 11, 75, 60, 11, 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 11, 60. Sold at every 11, 50, 10, 31. 76, 08. Bull calf. Right here, but about 13, 13, 13, a quarter, half. Yeah, but about 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 60, 60, 60. We get 13, 60, now 70. 70, now 80. We get 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80. Sold at over 13, 70, 58, 61. 74-92, bull calf, about 900, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9 quarter, 9, everybody get 9 quarter, everybody get 9 quarter, 9, everybody get 9 quarter, everybody get 9 quarter, 9, everybody get 9 quarter, half, what about 950, 75, 9, 75, everybody get 1,000, what about $1,000 now quarter, what about 10 quarter, half, what about 1050, 75, 10, 75, now 11, 1100, everybody get 11, 10, 75, everybody get 11, 10, 75, everybody get 11, sold at over 10, 75, 61, 81 on 2. 75-93 bull calf, 75-93 on the bull calf. Here we go, but on 8, we give 800, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, 7, 7, we give 7, we give 700, we give 7, 7, we give 7 on now quarter, somebody we give 7 a quarter, but on 7 a quarter, and 7 a quarter, half, yeah, but on 750, 75, 8, we give 8, we give 8, now quarter, now half, yeah, but on 850, 75, down 9, we give 9, we give 9 a quarter, and now half, 950, 950, 75, 975, here we give 1,000, and now quarter, but on 10, we give 10 a quarter, we give 10 a quarter, 10, we give 10 a quarter, we give 10 a quarter, sold at over 1,000, put them on 40 on 5. 74-89 bull calf, 74-89 on the bull calf. Right there, about 1,000. Everybody get down, about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. 9 here now quarter. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 quarter. Everybody get 9 quarter. 90. Everybody get 9 quarter. And 90. Everybody get 9 quarter. Half. Everybody about 50. 75. 9. 75. Everybody get 1,000. Now quarter. About 10 quarter. Half. Everybody about 10. 50. 75. Everybody get 10. 75. And 10. 75. Everybody get 10. 75. 10. 75. 10. 75. Sold at over 10. 50. 61-81 on 2. 61-81 on 2. 76-10, 76-10. Bull calf, 76-10 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 11, everybody get 1,100, everybody get 11. 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,000, everybody get down, but about $1,000 now quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half, here, but about 10, 50, 75, everybody get 10, 75, 1,100, now quarter, 11 a quarter, but about 25, 11, 25, 25, here, but about 11, 25, here, but about 11, 25, 25, everybody get 11, 25, 1,100 now 25, everybody get 11, 25, sold at over 1,100. 61-81. 75-34 bull calf, 75-34 on the bull calf here, right here. Here we go on this one. Right there, but I'm on 12 here, but I'm on 12. Everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, 11, everybody get 1,100. 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,100 now. Quarter, 11, everybody get 11, quarter, everybody get 11, 25. Here, but I'm on 25, 50. And now 75, 11, somebody about 12. Here, but I'm on 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12. 1,200, everybody get 12. Here, but I'm on 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12. 11, 75, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12. You want in, everybody get 12. Sold at over 11.75. 61-81, 74-98. On the bull calf, 74-98 on the bull calf here. At team, but about 9 here, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 900, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8 here, everybody get 8 here. Now quarter, everybody get 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. At 8 and a quarter, half, everybody about 50, somebody 5 here. Now 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, half, everybody about 50, somebody 5, 9, somebody 5, everybody get 1,000. Now quarter, 10 and a quarter, half. At 10, 50, somebody 5 here, about 10, somebody 5, 11, everybody get 1,100 now quarter, 11 and a quarter, half. 11.50, everybody about 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, somebody 5, 11, somebody 5, 12 here, but about 12. At 12 here, but about 12, everybody get 12, 11, somebody 5 right there, got to be 12. At 12 here, but but about 12 now, quarter, but about quarter, we get 12 and a quarter, half, what about 12.50, 12.50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 12.50, we get 12.50, we get 50, sold at over 12.25, 61, 81, 74, 79, 74, 79, bull calf here, right here, but about 9, here, 9, 9, 9 here now, quarter, a $900 now, quarter, 9, quarter, 9, 9 quarter, a 9, 9 quarter, 9 quarter, 9, 9, 25, 9, 25, 50, a 950, 75, 9, 75, here, 1,000 now, quarter, but about 10 quarter, 10 quarter, half, what about 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, 10, 75, here, 11, 1100, here, 11, and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 here, 11 a quarter, 11, 25, sold at over 1100, 61, 81. 75, 38, bull calf, here, but about 1100, here, 1,000, here, 1,000, but about $1,000 now, quarter, and now half, 1050, 1050, now 75, 10, 75, 11, $1,100 now, quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half, here, but about 50, 1150, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 1150, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, sold at over 1125, 10, 31, 75, 39. Bull calf, right here, but about 1,000, we get down, but about $1,000, we get 1,000, $1,000 now, quarter, but about 10, we get 10, quarter, we get 10, quarter, half, what about 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, now 11, and now quarter, 11 quarter, 11 quarter, 11, 25, 10, 20, 11, 20, 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, sold at every 11, 10, 10, 31. 75, 37, 75, 37, bull calf here, right here, but about 1,000, we get 10, but about $1,000, we get 1,000, $1,000 now, quarter, but about 10, we get 10, quarter, we get 10, 25, 10, 25, 50, but about 50, 75, now 11, 11, we get 11, we get 11, and now 10, 10, 10, but about 10, 20, we get 11, 20, 11, 20, 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, 11, 20, 11, 20, now 30, but about 30, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, sold at every 11, 30, 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2, 72, 45, 72, 45 bull calf. Here we go, 72.45 on the bull calf. Right there, about 1,000. We get $10 now, quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. 10, 25, 50, but about 50, 75, 10, 75, 10, 75, 10, 75, here we get 10, 75, 10, 50, 10, 75, 10, 75, here we get 10, 75, now 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, we get 11, 10, 10, 10, 11, we get 11, 10, 11 here, now 10, sold at over 1,100. 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2. 75-40 bull calf, 75-40 on the bull calf. Right there, here we go on this one. Right here, but about 1,000. If we get down, but about 1,000. But about 1,000. If we get 900. If we get 9, 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 8, we get 8, we get 8, we get 800. If we get 8, 7. 7, 7, we get 7, we get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, we get 5. Here, we get 5. 4, but about 4. We get 4. We get 4. We get 4. 3, 3 and a quarter. 3, but about 3 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 3, 50. Somebody 5. 3, somebody 5. 4, but about 4. We get 4. We get 4 now. Quarter. We get 4 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 450. And now somebody 5 here, but about 500. 5 here, but about 5 now, quarter. We get 5 and a quarter, half here, but about 550. 550. We get 550. We get 550. We get 550. Somebody 5. Somebody 5 here now, 6 here. We get 6 here and a quarter. 6 and a quarter, half here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5 here. We get 6. Somebody 5 now, 7. Somebody now, quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter, half here, but about 7 9. Somebody 5 here. We get 7. Somebody 5 8 at $800. We get 8. 7 somebody 5 here. We get 8. We get 8. We get 8. Sold at every 7. Somebody 5 10 31. 74.80. 74.80. Heifer on a heifer here, but about 3, but about 3, we get 3, we get 300, but about 3, we get 3, we get 2, T, but about 2, 200, but about 2, we get 2, we get 2, now quarter, about half, but about 250, somebody 5 here, but about 2, somebody 5, 2, somebody 5, 2, somebody 5, and now 3, 3 quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, 3, we get 3 and a quarter, now half, now somebody 5 here, now 4, we get 4, we get 4, now quarter, and now half, somebody 5, 4, somebody 5, 450, we get 4, somebody 5 here, but about 4, somebody 5, 450, we get 4, somebody 5, 4, somebody 5, 4, somebody 5, sold at over 450, 45, 50. 74.88. Bull calf here, right here, but about 9. Here we get 900. Here we get 9. 9 here we get 9. Here we get 9. We get 900 now. Quarter. 9 here we get 9 quarter. 9 quarter. 9 quarter. But about quarter half. 950. Somebody 5. 9 somebody 5. Here we get 1,000. $1,000 now. Quarter. But about 10. We get 10 a quarter half. Here but about 50. Somebody 5. Here we get 10. Somebody 5 now. 11. We get 1,100 now. 10. 11 10 10 10 10. But about 10 20. 11 we get 20. We get 20. 11 10. But about 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. Sold at every 11 10 10 31 10 31 74 74. Bull calf here, we're doing, we get 1,000, we get 10, but about $1,000, we get 1,000 quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, we get 10, we get 10, we get 10 a quarter, but about 10, 25, 50, 10, 50, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5 here, now 11 and now quarter, 11 quarter, 11 couldn't, but about 10, 20, 11, 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, 11, 10, but about 20, sold at every 11, 10, 10, 31. 7507, you said? Heifer, right there. Here we go. There, about 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. 11. Here we get 1100 now. Quarter. 11 quarter. Here we get 11 quarter. Half. Here we get 50. 75. 11. 75. 75. 12. Here we get 12 now. Quarter. 12 and a quarter. Here we get 12 and a quarter. Half. Here we get 12. 50. 75. 12. 75. Here now. 13. 13. 13. But about 13. 13. But about 13. 12. 80. Now 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 12. 90. 12. 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. Sold at over 12. 80. 61. 81. 7604. Bull calf, 7604 on the bull calf. Here, but about 13, 13, 13, but about 13. Quarter, 13 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Here, but about 13 and a half. 75. 13, 75, 14. 14, but about 14. 13, 75. Here, but about 14. We get 14. Sold it over 13, 75. 58, 61. 75, 26, 75, 26 on the bull calf here. 1,000, we're about $1,000, everybody get 1,000. 1,000, but about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, but about $1,000 now. Quarter, but about quarter, half, here, but about 10, 50, some, but about here, but about 10, some, but about 11. And now quarter, half, here, but about 11.50. 11.50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, 11.50, we get 50, we get 50, but about 30, 40, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40. Sold at every 11.30, 10, 31. And 75, 28, bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. But about $1,000 now. Quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10, a quarter, half. But about 10, 50, 75. 10, 75, 11. Everybody get 1,100 now. Quarter, 11 a quarter. Everybody get 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter. But about quarter, 10, 20. 11, 20, 20, 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20, 30. But about 30. Everybody get 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 30. Sold at every 11, 20. 60, 181 on 2. 75, 73. 75, 35, 75, 35. Bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about $1,000 now. Quarter and a half. Here, but about 10, 50, 75 now. 11 now. Quarter, half. Here, but about 50, 11.50, 11.50. We get 50, we get 50. But about 30, 40, 40, 40, 50. But about 50, we get 50, we get 11.50, 11.40. We get 50, we get 50. Sold up every 11.40. 61, 81 on 2. 75.03. Bull calf, 75.03 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 8, we give 800 here, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, 700, we give 700, we give 700 now, quarter, and now half, but I'm on 79, 75 here, now 8, we give 800 now, quarter, we give 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, half, but I'm on 850, 75 here, and 9, we give 9, we give 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, and now half, 75, 9, 75 here, we give 1,000, $1,000 now, quarter, but I'm 10, we give 10 and a quarter, half, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here, but I'm on 10, 75, 11, 1100 now, quarter, 11 and a quarter, we give 11, 25, 50, 50, 50, 75, 11, 75 here, now 12, here, but I'm 12 now, quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, half. Here, what about 12, 50, 75 here, now 12, 75, and now 13, 13, 13 and a quarter, but about 13, we get 13 and a quarter, 13, 13 and a quarter, but about 13 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter, 13, 10, 10, 10, but about 10, we get 13, 10. Sold at over 1,360, 181. 69.80 heifer, 69.80 on the heifer here. At but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here but about 5, here we get 5, here we get 5, 3, 3 but about 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 300, but about 3. And now quarter, 300 now, quarter, internet's on, 303 and a quarter, half, here but about 350, internet, here but about 350, 350, but about 50, we get 350, 350, somebody about 3, somebody about 4, but about 4 now, quarter, we get 4 and a quarter, we get 4 and a quarter, half, here but about 4 and a half, 75, 475, internet, 475, 475, internet, you're not in, gotta be 475, 475, here but about 475, floors on, 450, 475, here but about 475, here we get 475, sold at number 450, but I'm on 86.94, 86.94, 72.47. Bull calf, 42, 47 on the bull calf here. At the end of 9, here we get 9, we get 9, we get 9, we get 900, we get 9, 8. At 8 here, we get 8, we get 800, we get 8, we get 8, we get 800, we get 8, we get 8, we get 8, 700, we get somebody now, quarter now, half, somebody 5 here now, 8, we get 800 now, quarter now, half. At 850, somebody 5 here, we get 8, somebody 9, we get 9, we get 9 now, quarter now, half. Here, what about 950, somebody 5, 9, somebody 5 here, we get 9, somebody 5 here, we get 1,000. And now quarter, what about 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half. Here, what about 1050, somebody 5, and now 11, and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody 11 a quarter, sold at every 1140 on 1, 2, I'm sorry, 40 on 2, 74.97, 74.97. $74.97 on the heifer. 74.97 on the heifer. Right here. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 700. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 6. See, put them on 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 5. You put them on 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 5. 4. Everybody get 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 4. And now quarter. Everybody get 400. Now quarter. Everybody get 4 and a quarter half. And now 75. You put them on 5. You put them on 5. 5 and a quarter half. You put them on 5. 50. 75. Now 6. Everybody get 6 and now quarter and a half. You put them on 6 and a half. 75. Now 7 and now quarter. And 7 and a quarter. You put them on 7 and a quarter half. You put them on 7 and 75. 8. Everybody get 8. Now quarter. 8 and a quarter half. You put them on 8. 50. 75. And now 9. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter half. You put them on 50. 75. 9. 75. Everybody get 9. 75. And 950. 9. 75. Everybody get 9. 75. 9. 75. Sold at over 950. 61.81. 61.81. 75.06 bull calf. 75.06 on the bull calf here. At the end of the 8. Everybody give 800. Everybody give 8. At 8. Everybody give 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 8. 7. Everybody give 7. Everybody give 7. Everybody give 7 on now quarter. That's 7. 7 and a quarter. Everybody give 7 and a quarter half. You put them on 7. 9. 75 here. Now 8. Everybody give 800. Everybody give 8. Now quarter half. You put them on 850. And now 75. 8. 75. 8. 75 here. Everybody give 8. 75. At 8. 75 here. Everybody give 8. 75. 8. 75. Now 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Now quarter. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. 9. Everybody get 9 and a quarter. Sold at over 900. 61.81 on 2. 75.42. 75.42 bull calf 1100. 11 everybody 11 everybody 11 and now quarter 11.25. You put them on 11.25. 11.25. You put them on 11.25 and now 50. 11.50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 30. 30. Put them on 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. 11.30. Put them on 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Sold at over 11.30. 10. 31. 72.48 bull calf. 72.48 on the bull calf here. At the end, about 1,000. Everybody get $1,000 now. Quarter. But about 10. Everybody get 10 and a quarter half. What about 10.50? 75. 10. 75. 11. 1100. Everybody 11. 10. 75. Everybody 11. You want everybody get 10. 75. Everybody 11. 11 here. Sold at over 10. 75. 61.81. 61.81 on 2. 61.81 on 2. 74.94, 74.94 bull calf here, right here in this one, right here, about 9. Everybody get 900, everybody get 9, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, quarter, 9, everybody get 9, quarter, everybody get 9, quarter, and 9, everybody get 9, quarter, half. You want about 950, 950, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 950, and 950, everybody get 50, 75, 975, everybody get 975, 975, everybody get 975, 975, 975, sold at over 950, 61.81 on 2. 74.83 bull calf. Then we're about 11. Everybody get 1100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,000. What about $1,000 now? Quarter half. What about 10.50? 75 now 11. 1100 now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 10 20. What about 20 now? 30. 30. What about 30? Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. 11 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. 50. 11 50. But about 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Sold up over 1140. 61.81 on 2. 75.31, 75.31 bull calf here, about 1,000. Everybody get down about 1,000 quarter. 10, 10, about 10 a quarter half. About 10, 50, 75 here, about 10, 75, 11. And now quarter, 11 a quarter half. About 50, about 30, 40, 40. Everybody get 40, 50. 11, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 60, 11, 60. Everybody get 60, everybody get 60. Sold at over 11, 50, 10, 31. 75.04 bull calf. 75.04 on the bull calf here. At the end, about 11. Everybody 1100. Everybody 11. 11 and now quarter half. Here, about 50. 75. 1175. 1175. 1150. Everybody get 75 here. About 1175. Sold up over 1150. 61.81 on 2. 61.81 on 2. 75.36. 75.36. On the bull calf here, right there, about 1100. 11, everybody, 11, everybody, 11, everybody, 1100 now, quarter, 11, everybody, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 10, 20, 20, 20, 30, 30, about 30, 40, everybody get 40, everybody get 40, 50, 11, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 60, 11, 60, 11, 50, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, sold at over 11, 50, 10, 31. 7,500. Bull calf, 7,500 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 12 here, but about 12 here, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, 11. 11 here now, quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody get 11 a quarter, 11 25, 11 25, 11 25 here, but about 25 here, everybody get 11 25. 1100 now, 25 here, but about 11 25 here, everybody 11 25. Sold at every 1100, 58.61. 74.85, 74.85 heifer on a heifer here at the end, but about 5 here, but about 5 but about 5 here, but about 5 here, everybody get 5 here, everybody get 5 here now quarter. If $500 now quarter, but about 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter, everybody get 5 and a quarter half here, but about 5 50 75 now 6 here now quarter. That's 6 and a quarter now half here, but about 6 and a half 75 6 75 here, everybody get 675. That's 675 here now 7 everybody get 7 everybody get 7 everybody get 700 everybody get 7. That's 7 and now quarter, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter half here, but about 7 75 here now 8 everybody get $8 now quarter, everybody get 8 and a quarter. quarter, and now half, here but about 8.5, 75, 875 now, 9, 9, at 875, here but about 9, 875, here but 9, sold at every 875, 20, 87, 20, 87. 74.91 bull calf, about 1,000. We get down, about 1,000. We get 1,000. Quarter, half, about 10.50. 75, 10.75 here now. 11 now. Quarter, 11, 10, 20. We get 20. We get 20, 30. About 30. We get 30, 40. We get 40. We get 40, 50. 11.50. We get 50. 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 11.50. 11.50. Sold at every 11.40. 61.81 on 2. 75.53. Bull calf, about 1,000. We get down about 1,000 now. Quarter, half, about 10.50. 75 now. 11 and now. Quarter, 11 a quarter, half. About 50. 11.50. 11.50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. Sold at every 11.25. 40 on 1. 75.25. Bull calf, about 1,000. We get down about 1,000. $1,000. We get 1,000. About 1,000. We get 1,000. Quarter, about 10. We get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. About 10 a quarter, half. Yeah, 75. 10, 75 now. 11. 1100. We get 11. 10, 75. 11 and now 10. 10, 10. About 10, 20. 11, 20. 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. Sold at every 11.10. 10.31. 75.01. Heifer, at him, but about 12, he but about 1,200, but about 12, he but 11, he but 1,100, he but 11, he but 11, he but 11, he but 1,100, he but 11, but about 1,000, he but 1,000, but about 1,000 quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, 10, but about 10, 25, 50, 10, 50, but about 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 10, 50, somebody about 10, somebody about here now, 11, we get 1,100 now, quarter now, half, but about 50, now 75, 11, somebody about 12, here but about 12, here we get 1,200, here but about 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, 11, somebody about here but about 12, sold at every 11.75, 61. 81, 61, 81. 74.90 bull calf, 74.90 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get 1,000 quarter, but about 10. We get 10, but about 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. But about 10. We get 10. We get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. We get 10, 25, 10, 25. Sold at every 1,000. 61, 81 on 2. 72.49. 72.49 on the heifer. Right here. Here we get about 1,000. We get down about $1,000 now. Quarter, but about 10. We get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, half. Here, but about 10, 50, 75. Here, but about 10, 75. 11 now. Quarter, 11 a quarter, half. Here, but about 50, 75. And now 12. Here, but about 12 now. Quarter, but a quarter, half. Here, but about 12, 50. 12, 50, but about 50. We get 50, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75. Here, we get 12, 75. Sold at every 12, 50, 58, 61 on 1. 75.05, 75.05 bull calf. Here we go. Right here. This one here, but I'm on 8. We get 8. We get 800. But I'm on 8. 6. Here we get 60. We get 6. That's 60. But I'm on 6. Here we get 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. 3, 3, 3. Down quarter. Now half. But about 3. 50. 75. Down 4. We get 4. We get 4. Now quarter. Now half. 4.5. 75 to 5 here. Now quarter. 5 and a quarter. Half. Here, but I'm on 5.50. Now 75. 5. 75 here. But I'm on 5.75. 5. 75. 6. Here we get 6 here. Now quarter. Now half. Here, but I'm on 6.5. 75. Down 7. Now quarter. 7 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 7.5 here. But get 7, 7.5. 8. But get 8. Now quarter. 8 a quarter. 8 a quarter. But I'm on 8 a quarter. At 8 here. But get 8 here. But get 8 and a quarter. Sold at every 840 on 2. 75.24. Heifer at team but about 1,000. We get down but about $1,000. We get down quarter, half. Here but about 10, 50, 75. Now 11. Now quarter. Now half. Here but about 50, 75. Now 12. Here but about 12. 12 and a quarter, half. At 12, 50, 75. Here but about 12, 75. 12, 75. 60, 70. We get 12, 70. Now 80. Now 90. We get 12, 90. We get 12, 90. Now 13. 12, 90. Now 13. 13, 13, 13, 13. Sold at over 12, 90. 61, 81. 75, 41. Bull calf, 75.41 on the bull calf here. At about 1,000. We get down about $1,000 now. Quarter, but about 10. We get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half. And what about 10, 50, 75. Now 11. Now quarter, 11 a quarter, half. What about 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 60, 70, 11, 70. We get 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 11, 70, 11, 70. We get 70. Sold at over 11, 60, 10, 31. 74.99. 74.99 bull calf. Here but about 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6. This is here but about 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6 here and a quarter. 6 here but about 6 and a quarter, half. That's 6 and a half. 75. 6 and 5 now 7. 7 and now quarter. 7 and a quarter, half. Here but about 7 and a half. 75. 8. We get 8. We get 8 now quarter. Now half. 8 and a half. 75. 8. 75 now 9 now quarter. 9 and a quarter, half. Here but about 50. 75 here now 1,000. Now quarter. But about 10 and a quarter, half. Here but about 10. 50. 75 here. We get 10. 75. 11. Now quarter. 11 and a quarter. We get 11 and a quarter. 11. 25. 50. 11. 50. 75. 11. 75, 75 here, we get 11, 75, sold at over 11.50, 40 on 5. 75.08. 75.08 on the heifer. Right there on the center, about 11. We get 1100. We get 11. We get 1100 now. Quarter. 11 and a quarter half. Here, about 50. 75 now. 12. Here, about 12. 12 and a quarter half. Here, about 12. 50. 75. 12. 75. 13. 13. 13. 12. 80. 90. We get 12. 90. About 90. We get 90. We get 12. 90. 12. 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 12. 90. We get 12. 90. We get 12. 90. Sold at over 12.80. 61. 81. 61. 81. 75.02. 75.02. Bull calf here right here, about 12. Here, about 1200 now. Quarter half. Here, about 1250. 75. 12. Somebody about 13. Now quarter. 13. A quarter. 13. A quarter. 13. A quarter. 10. 20. 13. 20 now. 30. 30. 40. We get 13. 40. 50. 13. 50. We get 50. 60. We get 13. 60 now. 70. We get 13. 70. We get 70. We get 70. We get 70. Sold at over 13. 60. 58. 61. 75.54, 75.54, bull calf, and about 9, here we get 900, we get 9, here we get 9, 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 8, we get 8, we get 8, 6, here, but about 6, here we get 6, we get 6, we get 5, hit 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here we get 5, here we get 5, 4, but about 4, we get 4, we get 3, 3, 3 quarter, but about 3, 3 and a quarter, and now half, but about 350, somebody 5, now 4, we get 4, we get 4, we get 400, now quarter, now half, but about 450, somebody 5, and now 5, here, but about 5, 5, now quarter, half, here, but about 550, at 550, somebody 5, here, but about 5, somebody 6, here we get 6 and now quarter, 6 and a quarter, we get 6 and a quarter. That's 60, we get 6 and a quarter, 60, we get 6 and a quarter, we get 6 and a quarter, 60, we get 6 and a quarter, sold up over 600, 28.89, 28.89, 75.65, 75.65, bull cap. And right there, about 1,000. About 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 now. Quarter. 9. Everybody get 9 quarter half. About 50. Somebody 5 now. 1,000. Quarter. About quarter half. About 10. 50. Somebody 5 here now. 11. Now quarter. 11 quarter half. About 50. Somebody 5. 11. 75. 11. 75. 11. 50. Somebody 5. Sold it over 11. 50. 40 on 1. 72.46. On the bull calf here, I tell you about 1,000. We get down about 1,000 now. Quarter, but about 10. We get 10 a quarter. And now half here, but about 10, 50, somebody 5 here now. 11. We get 11 now. Quarter, 11 quarter now. 11, 10, 20, 11, 20, 11, 20, 30. But about 30. We get 30. We get 30, 40. We get 40. We get 40. We get 40. We get 40. Sold at over 11, 30, 10, 31. 75.63, 75.63 on the bull calf. Yeah, about 9. Here we get 9. We get 9. We get 900. We get 9. 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9 now. Quarter. 90. We get 9 quarter. We get 9 quarter. 925. G. But about 925. Here, but about 925. 25. 50. But about 50. Somebody 5. 9. Somebody 5. Here we get 1,000. Quarter. But about 10. We get 10 a quarter. 10. 10 a quarter. But about 10 a quarter. We get 10. We get 10 a quarter. You want in. We get 10 a quarter. We get 10. 25. 50. 10. 50. But about 50. We get 50. 30. 30. But about 30. We get 30. 30. 30. 40. But about 10. 40. 10. 40. We get 40. Sold at over 10. 30. But about 61. 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2. 75. 76.97, 76.97 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 12. Here, but about 12. Here, we get 12. Here, but about 12. Here, we get 12,000. We get 10. But about 10. We get 1,000. Now quarter half. Here, but about 10. 50. Somebody 5. 10. Somebody 5. Now 11. Now quarter half. Here, but about 50. Somebody 5. 11. Somebody 5. 11.50. Now somebody 5. Here, but about 11.75. Somebody 5. Somebody 5. 11.75. 11.50. Now somebody 5. Here, but about 11.75. Sold at over 11.50. 58. 58.61. 75.61. Bull calf, 75.61 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right here on this one here, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get 1,000. 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get 900. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 8. We get 8. We get 800. We get 8. We get 8. 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. But about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, we get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, we get 5. Now quarter. Hit 500 now quarter. But about 5 and a quarter half. Here, but about 5.50. 75. 5. Somebody about 6. Here now quarter. 6 and a quarter half. Here, but about 6 and a half. 6 and a half. Here, we get 6 and a half. Here, we get 6 and a half. 6 and a half. Here, we get 6 and a half. Somebody 5. Here, we get 6. Somebody 5. Now 7. 7. We get 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. We get 7 and a quarter half. Here, what about 7 9. 7 5. Here, we get 7 5. 8. At 800. We get 8. 7 7 5. Here, we get 8. We get 8. We get 8. 7 7 5. Here, we get 8. Sold at over 775. 20 87 2087. 72.44 bull calf, 72.44 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000 now quarter. But about 10, we get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But about 10 a quarter. We get 10, we get 10, we get 10 a quarter. But about 10 a quarter half. But about 10, 50, somebody 5. 10, somebody 5. Here we get 10, somebody 5. 10, 50, we get 10, somebody 5. Here we get 10, 75. 10, 75. Sold up over 10, 50. 61, 81 on 2. 74, 81. 74.81 on the bull calf there right here, but about 9. Here we go, 9, we go, 9, we go, 9, we go, $100, we go, $80, we go, near about 86. That's a here, but about 6. Here we go, 6. Here we go, city, we go, city, we go, 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 500. Here, 5. Here, but about 5. Here we go, 5. Here, but about 5. Here we go, 5. Here we go, 5. 4, but about 400. Here we go, 4. We go, 4 now, quarter. Now half, 4.5, 4.5. Here, but about 450. 450. Somebody 5. 4, somebody 5 here now, quarter. 5 and a quarter, half. Now somebody 5. 5, somebody 5. Here we go, 5. Somebody 6. Here we go, 6. Here we go, 6. That's 6 here, but about 6 and now quarter. Here we go, 6 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5. Here we go, 6. Somebody 5. Now somebody now quarter. And now half. Here, but about 7. Somebody 5. Here we go, 7. Somebody 5. 7. Somebody 5. Here we go, 7. Somebody 5. Here we go, 7. Somebody 5. 7. Somebody 5. Here we go, 7. Somebody 5. Sold at every 7.5. 45.50. 75.57. Bull calf, 75.57 here. Right here, about 1,100. Here we go, 11, here we go, 11, here we go, 11, here we go, 1,100. Here we go, 11, here we go, 1,000. Up now, quarter, but about 10, we go, 10, a quarter, but about 10, 25. Here, but about 10, 25. Here, but about 10, 25, 50, 50, 75, 10, 75, 11, 1,100. Everybody, 11, now 10, 11, 10, 20, 11, 20, now 30. 30, but about 30, we go, 30, we go, 30, we go, 30, 11, 30, we go, 30, 40, we go, 40, we go, 40, we go, 40, 11, 40, 11, 40, we go, 40, we go, 40, we go, 40, sold up every 11, 30, 61.81 on 2, 75.32. Bull calf, 75.32 on the bull calf here. Right here, but about 12. Here, but about 12. Here, but get 12. 12 here, but about 12. Here, but about 12. Now quarter, but about 12. Here, but get 12 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 50. Somebody 5. 12. Somebody about 13. 13 and a quarter. And now half. Here, but about 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 13, 30, 40, 40, 40, 50. 13, 50, 60, 60. But get 60. Now 70. But get 13, 70. 13, 70. But get 70. But get 70. But get 70. Sold it over 13, 60. 58, 61. 74.87, 74.87 on the bull calf. Here right here, but about 12. Here, but about 1,200. Here, but about 12. At 12 here, but about 12. Quarter, but about here, but get 12 and a quarter. Half here, but about 50. 75 here, but about 12. 75. And now 13, 13 a quarter. 13 a quarter. 13, 10, 10, 10, 20. 13, 20. Now 30, 30, 30. But about 30, but get 13, 30. 13, 30, but get 30. Sold at over 13, 20. Put them on 61, 81. 75, 60. 75, 60. Bull calf here, right here. Here we go. There, about 1,000. If we get down, about 1,000. If we get down, about 1,000. If we get 1,000. Quarter, half. Here, about 10, 50, somebody 5 here now. 11 now, quarter, half. Here, about 50, somebody 5. 11, somebody 5, 12. 1,200 now, quarter now, half. Here, about 50, somebody 5 down. 13, 13 a quarter. 13 a quarter, half. 13 a half. 30, 40. 13, 40, 40, about 40. We get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40. Sold at over 13, 30. 58, 61. 74, 68. 74.68 on the bull calf here. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. Half. Here, but about 10, 50. Somebody 5. 10, somebody 5. 10, somebody 5 here. And now 11. Everybody get 1,100. Everybody get 11. 10, somebody 11. And now quarter. 11 a quarter. Everybody 11 a quarter. 11, 25. 11, 10, 10, 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. 11, 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Everybody get 20. Sold at every 11, 10, 10, 31. 75.67, 75.67. Bull calf, here but about 12, here but about 1,200, here we get 12. At 12, here but about 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here but about 12, here we get 11, here we get 1,100, here we get 1,000. 1,000 but about 1,000, here we get 1,000. Quarter, but about 10, here we get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter, half, here but about 10, 50, somebody 5, here but about 10, somebody 5, now 11, here we get 11, now quarter. 11, here we get 11 a quarter, here we get 11 a quarter. 11.25, here but about 11.25, sold up every 1,100. 50, 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2. 76.18, 76.18, bull calf. Right here, but about 12 here, but about 12 here, we get 12. Here, but about 12 here, we get 12 here, we get 12. 1,200 here, we get 12 quarter, but about 12 we get 12 and a quarter. 12 here, we get 12 and a quarter, but about 12 and a quarter. 12 here, we get 12 here, we get 12 and a quarter. 12.25, sold it over 1,200. 61.81. 75.33. You said bull calf on this one? Bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Here, everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. 8. At 8 here. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 here. Everybody get 8. 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 7. Everybody get 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 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5 quarter. 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter. Hit 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter. 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter. Everybody get 5 and a quarter. Half here, but about 5.50. Somebody 5. 5. Somebody about 6 and now quarter. And now half. Somebody 5. 6. Somebody 5. Now 7 and now quarter. 7 and a quarter. Half here, but about 7 and 7 and 5. Everybody get 7. 7 and 5. 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 7 and 5 here, but about 8. 7 and 5 here, but about 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 7 and 5 here, but about 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Sold it over 7 and 5. 10. 31. 70, 75, 98, 75, 98, heifer, 75, 98 on the heifer here. At the end, but I'm at 12, here, but I'm at 1200, here, but I get 12. At 12 here, but I'm at 12 quarter, but I'm at 12, but I get 12 and a quarter. At 12 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm at 1250, 75 here, now 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 10, 13, 10, 20, but I'm at 20, but I get 20, but I get 20, 13, 20, 30, 30, but I'm at 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, sold at every 13, 20, 58, 61 on one. 75, 66. 75, 66, bull camp, but about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. $1,000 now, quarter, but about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, but about 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, half. But about 10, 50, 75, but about 10, 75. And now 11, 1100. Everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, 10, 75. Everybody get 11, 10, 75 here, 1080, now 90. Everybody get 90, everybody get 90, everybody get 1090. 10 out, everybody get 90, everybody get 90. Sold up over 1080, 61, 81 on 2. 75, 29, bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Quarter, half, but about 10, 50, 75. At 10, 75, now 11. Everybody get 1100, everybody get 11, 10, 75, everybody get 11, 1080, now 90. Everybody get 90, everybody get 90, everybody get 90, 1090, now 11. 11 here, now 10, 10, 10, but about 10, everybody get 11, 10. 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 11, 20, 20, everybody get 20. 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20. Sold at every 11, 10, 10, 31. 75, 80. Bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 900. 90. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody about 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody about 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 here. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 here. Everybody get 8. 7. 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Now quarter. 7. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. Just say 7 and a quarter. But about 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 dollars. But about 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter. Half. What about 750? 750. 75. 775 here. Get 775. 775. Now 8. At 8 here. But about 8. 775 here. But about 8. Everybody get 8. 775 here. But about 8. Sold at every 775. 61, 81 on 2. 75, 82, 75, 82, bull calf, but about 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 900, about 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 800, about 8, everybody get 8 here, everybody get 8, and now quarter, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, quarter, half, about 50, everybody get 8, 50, 75, here, everybody get 8, 75, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, now quarter, 9 and a quarter, half, about 50, 75, and 9, 75, here, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, about 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter, half, about 10, 50, 75, here, now 11, $1,100 now, quarter, 11 and a quarter, everybody get 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, everybody get 11 and a quarter, 11, everybody get 11 and a quarter, sold up every 1,100, 61, 81 on 2. 74, 73, bull calf here, but about 1,100. Everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000, but about 1,000, quarter, half, here, but about 10, 50, 75, and now 11, 1,100, now 10, 11, 10, 10, 10, but about 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 11, 10. $1,100 now 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10. G say 11, 10, 11, 10, sold at every 1,100. 61, 81 on 2. 61, 81 on 2. 75, 75, bull calf, about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Now quarter, at 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 25, 10, 25. Yeah, but about 25, 50. And now 75, 10, 75, 11. Everybody get 11. And now 10, 10, 10, but about 10. Everybody get 11, 10. 1,100 now 10, 10, 10, but about 10. Sold at every 1,100. 61, 81 on 2. 61, 81 on 2. 75, 87, bull calf, 75, 87 on the bull calf, here, but about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, half, here, but about 10, 50. 10, 50, 75 here, now 11. Everybody get 1,100. Everybody get 11. 10, 75 here, everybody get 11. 10, 11, everybody get 10, 80. Now 90. 10, 90, now 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Sold up every 10, 90. 61, 81 on 2. 61, 81 on 2. 75, 77, bull calf, 75, 77 on the bull calf. And take about 9. Everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 900, everybody get 9, 8. At 800, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 5. Here, but about 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 5, but about 5. Everybody get 5, everybody get 5. 3, 3, 3, but about 3, everybody get 3. Quarter, 3, but about 3 and a quarter. 3, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, but about quarter, everybody get 3 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 350. And now somebody 5, 3, somebody 5, 4, 4. Now quarter, everybody get 4 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 454, somebody 5. And now 5, here, but about 5. Here, but about 5, 5 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 550, somebody 5, 5, somebody 5. Here, but about 5, somebody 5, 5, somebody 5. Here, everybody get 5, somebody 5. At 550, everybody get 5, somebody 5, 5, somebody 5. Here, everybody get 5, somebody 5. Here, everybody get 5, somebody 5. Sold at ever 550, 20, 87, 2087. 76, 23, 76, 23, bull calf, and but about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000 now, quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10, a quarter now, half, but about 10, 50, somebody 5 here, but about 10, somebody 5, now 11, 11, everybody 11, everybody 11, now 10, 10, 10, but about 10, 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, now 30, 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, 11, 30, 11, 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, sold at every 11, 20, 61, 81 on 2. 75.89 heifer, 75.89 on the heifer. Right here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Everybody get 5. 4. But about 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Hit 400. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 3. 3. 3. But about 3. Everybody get 3 here. Everybody get 3. 3. 3 quarter. 3 and a quarter half. But about 350. But about 350. 53. 50. 75. Now 4. Everybody get 400. Now quarter. Now half. But about 50. 75. Now 5. And now quarter half. But about 550. And now 75. Now 6. Everybody get 6 here and a quarter. Now half. About 6 and a half, 75 now, 7, everybody gets 7 now, quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, everyone 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, everybody gets 7 and a half, everybody gets 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody gets 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 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody gets 7 and a half, sold at every 7 and a quarter, 45, 50, 75, 86. 75.86 heifer. Right there, but about 4. Everybody get 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 3. 3. 3. 3. But about 3. 3. 3. 3. But about 3. Everybody get 3. Everybody get 3. But about 3. But 3. 3. 3. But about 3. Everybody get 3 here. And now quarter. 3 and a quarter. Now half. But about 3. 50. 3. 50. 75. 3. 75. 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4 and a quarter. Now half. But about 4. 50. 75. 5. But about 5. Quarter. And 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter. 5. Everybody get 5 and a quarter. Half. But about 550. And 550. Now 75 here. Now 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6. 5. 75. But about 6. 5. 75. But about 6. Everybody get 6, 5, 75, everyone on 6, sold it over 5, 75, 45, 50, 75, 64, 75, 64. Heifer, right here, but about 5, here, but about 5, right here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 5, everybody get 5, 4, but about 400, everybody get 4, hit 4 here, but about 4, everybody get 400, now quarter, everybody get 4, 4 and a quarter, and now half, here, but about 4 and a half, 75, 5, here, but about 5, and now quarter, now half, here, but about 50, 75, now 6, everybody get 6, everybody get 6, everybody get 6, and now quarter, now half, that's 6 and a half, 6 and a half, 75, 6, 75, now 7, that's 7, everybody get 7, now quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, here, what about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, and 7 and a quarter, now half, here, what about 7 and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, you want in, 7 and a half, here, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, everybody get 7, 7 and a half, 8, at 8 here, but I'm on 8, everybody get 8, your turn again, here, but I'm on 8, now quarter, at 8, everybody get 8 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 8, 50, 7 and a half, 8, 7 and a half, everybody get 8, 7 and a half, sold it over 850, but I'm on 61, 81 on 2, or no, straight, 61, 81 straight. 75.88 bull calf, 75.88 on the bull calf, 1,000, about 1,000, everybody get down about 1,000, quarter, 10, about 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10, 10 and a quarter, about 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, 10, about 10 and a quarter, half, about 10, 50, some of the 5, 10, some of the 5, now 11, now quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, 10, 10, 10, 20, 11, 20, now 30, about 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, 11, 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, 11, 30, 40, 40, everybody get 40, 50, 11, 50, 75, 11, 75, down 12, about 12, everybody get 12, quarter, about 12 and a quarter, half, 12, 50, but about 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold at over 12.25, 61.81. 12.25. 76.19 heifer, 76.19 on a heifer. Here we go, right here, but about 12, here, but about 1,200, everybody get 12, here, but about 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 11, 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, but about $1,000 now, quarter, but about 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10 and a quarter, 10, 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10 and a quarter, 10, but about 10 and a quarter, 1,000 over here, 1,000 here, and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, half, what about 10, 50, 75, and now 11, everybody get 1,100, now quarter, 11 and a quarter, half, what about 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, 12 here, but about 12, down quarter, now half, what about 12, 50, 75 here, but about 12, 75, 12, 50, 12, 75 here, what about 12, 75, sold it over 12.50, 58, 61 on 1. 75, 79 heifer, 75, 79 on the heifer here, but about 4, everybody get 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 3, 3, 3, 3, but about 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 300, but about 3, 2, 2, 2, but about 200, everybody get 2, quarter, $200 now, quarter, but about 2, 2 and a quarter, but about quarter now, half here, but about 250, somebody 5 here, but about 2, somebody 5, 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, now quarter now, half here, but about 50, somebody 5, and now 4, 4, now quarter, 4 and a quarter, everybody get 4 and a quarter, 4, 4 and a quarter, everybody get 4 and a quarter, everybody get 4, everybody get 4 and a quarter, everybody get 4 and a quarter, 4 and a quarter, half here, but about 450, somebody 5, 4, somebody 5, 4, somebody 5, 450, 4, somebody 5, here, but about 4, somebody 5, 450, everybody get 4, somebody 5, everybody get 4, somebody 5, sold it over 450, 45, 50. 75, 78 bull calf, about 1,000, everybody get down about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, 1,000, about 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, half, about 10, 50, somebody 5 here, now 11, everybody get 1,100, now quarter, 11, quarter, 10, 10, 10, 10, now 20, 11, 20, 20, everybody get 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 20, sold it over 11, 10, 61, 81 on 2, 61, 81 on 2. 75-30 bull calf. 75.30 on the bull calf. And right team, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. And 9 here, everybody get 9. But about 9, everybody get 9. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 here, but about 8, 7. That's 7 and a quarter. Somebody get 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7, 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter. That's 7, 7 and a quarter. Half here, but about 7 and 7 and 5 here. Now 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Now quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. At 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. Sold at every 840 on 2. 75, 76, bull calf, 75, 76 on the bull calf. Yeah, take about 9, here, 9, 900 now, quarter, and 9, 9 quarter, 9, 9 quarter, 9, 9 quarter, 925, about 925, 900 now, quarter, 9, 9 quarter, 9 quarter, sold at over 900, put them on 60, 181 on 2, 60, 181 on 2. 76.15, 76.15, bull calf. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get time, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. And 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8 here, now quarter. At 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter, everybody get 8 and a quarter, everybody get 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter, everybody get 8 and a quarter, 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter, half, about on 50, somebody 5, 8, somebody 5, down, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, now quarter, 9 and a quarter, everybody get 9 and a quarter, and now half here, but about 950, 950, somebody 5, 9, somebody 5 here, now 1,000, now quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, half, about 1050, and now somebody 5, 10, somebody 5 here, now 11, everybody get 1100, now 10, 10, 10, but about 10, 11, 10, $1,100 now, 10, 10, 10, but about 10, sold at over 1,100, 60, 181 on 2. 73.98 bull calf. Right here, but about 13, 12 quarter, but between, we get 12 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 50, somebody 5 now, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 50, somebody 5, 13, somebody 5, 13, somebody 5, 16, now 70, and now 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 13, 80, 13, somebody, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80, sold at over 13, 70, 58, 61. 73.97 bull calf, right there, but about 9, here, but about 9, here, but get $900, but get 9, here, but get 9 quarter, 9, but get 9 quarter, but get 9 quarter, 9, here, but about 9 quarter, 9 quarter, 925, 50, and 950, but get 50, but get 50, but get 50, but get 950, 950, somebody 5, 9, somebody 5 here, but about 9, somebody 5 here, down, but about 1,000, quarter, but about 10, but get 10, a quarter, half, but about 50, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5 here, but about 10, somebody 5, you want 8, but about 10, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5 here, but get 10, somebody 5, sold up over 10, 50, 61.81 on 2, 61.81 on 2. 73.96 on the bull. But team, but about 1,000. Everybody get 10, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Team, but about 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. At 8 here, but about 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 6 here, but about 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 5 here, but about 5. Quarter. Here, $500 now. Quarter, but about 5 here, but about 5 and a quarter. 5, 5 and a quarter. And now half. 5 and a half. Somebody 5. 5. Somebody 5 here, but about 5. Somebody 5 here now 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6 and now quarter. 6 and a quarter. But about quarter. Everybody get 6 and a quarter. That's 6 and a quarter half. Here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5. 6. Somebody 5 now 7. And now quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, but about 7 and a quarter, 7, 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, you want here, everybody get 7 and a quarter, everybody get 7 and a quarter, half here, but about 7 and a half, somebody 5 here, but about 7 and a 5, 8, everybody get $800 now, quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, at $800 now, quarter, everybody get 8 and a quarter, $800 now, quarter, everybody give it here, everybody give 8 and a quarter, sold at every 800, 2087, 2087. 76.30 bull calf, 76.30 on the bull calf. Team but about 1,000. Everybody get down but about 1,000. Everybody get down now quarter. But everybody get 10 and a quarter half. What about 10, 50? Somebody 5, 10, somebody 5 now 11. 11 now 10, 10, 10 but about 10, 20, 11, 20, 20. Everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20 now 30. 11, 30 but about 30. Everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, 11, 30. 30 but about 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, 40. 11, 40, everybody get 40, everybody get 40, everybody get 40. Sold at every 11, 30, 10, 31. 73.95 bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, everybody get 800. Everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Here, but about 5, 3. 3, but about 3. At 300. Here, but about 3 quarter. 3, but about 3 and a quarter. Everybody get 3 and a quarter. At 3, 3 and a quarter. But about 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter half. Here, but about 350. At 350. But about 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 350. 350. 350. But about 350. Everybody get 350. Everybody get 350. Now somebody 5. Now 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. At 3. Somebody 5. Here, but about 4. 3. Somebody 5. Here, but about 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. 3. Somebody 5. Here, but about 4. 3. Somebody 5. Here, but about 4. Sold at every 3. Somebody 5. 2087. 2087. 76.21 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 13, 13, 13 a quarter, but about quarter, but get 13 a quarter, half. But about 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, and now 14, 14, but about 14, 13, 80, now 90, but get 13, 90, but get 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 90, sold it for 13, 80, 58, 61. $75.81 bull calf. $75.81 on the bull calf. 1100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. And now quarter half. Here what about 10, 50, 75. Now 11. And now quarter. 11 a quarter. 10, 10, 10, 10. What about 10? 11, 10. 11, 10, 10, 10. What about 10? Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. You want everybody get 11, 10, 10, 10. What about 10? Sold it every 1100. 61.81 on 2. $75.97 heifer. $75.97 on the heifer here. Right here, but about 6. That's 600. Anybody get 6. 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 Anybody get 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 500. Everybody get 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Everybody get 5. 4. But about 4. Everybody get 4. Now quarter. Hit 4. 4 and a quarter. Now half. Here, but about 450. Somebody 5. Now 5. Here, but about 5. 5 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 550. Somebody 5. Now 6. And now quarter half. Here, but about 6 and a half. Somebody 5. 6 and 5. Now 7. 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. Half. Here, but about 7 and a half. And 7 and a half. Here, but about 7 and a half. Everybody get 7 and a half. 7 and a half. Here, but about 7 and a half. 7 and a quarter now half. That's 7 and a quarter now half. Here, what about 7 and a half? Everybody get 7 and a half. Sold it every 7 and a quarter. 45.50. $75.99. You said bull calf. And what about 1,000? Everybody get down, but about $1,000 now. Quarter half. What about 10, 50, somebody 5 now 11. 11 here and a quarter now half. What about 50? Everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50. 11.25. What about 50? Everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50. Sold it every 11.25. 10.31. $76.26, $76.26 bull calf. And right there, 11. Everybody get $1,100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody about $1,000. Everybody get 1,000. About 1,000. Everybody get $1,000 down. Quarter. But about everybody get 10 a quarter. About 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. About 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Half. What about 10, 50, somebody 5 here. What about 10, 75. And now 11. Everybody get 1,100 now. Quarter. 11, 10, 10, 10. But about 10, 10. But about 10, 11, 10, 10, 20. 11, 20 now. 30. But about 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. Everybody get 30. Sold it. 11, 20. But about 40 on 1. 40 on 1. $75.90 bull calf. $75.90 on the bull calf. And right here, but about 1,000. But about $1,000 now quarter. But about 10, get 10 a quarter half. But about 10, 50, 5 here now 11. But $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter half. But about 50, 5 now 12 here. But about 12, 12 and a quarter half. 12, 50, 5 here. But about 12, 13, 13, 13, 13. But about 13, 12, 80 now 90. And now 13, 13, 13, 10, 10, 10. But about 10, 20, 13, 20, 13, 20. But get 20, but get 20. Sold it over 13, 10, 61, 81. $73.94. $73.94 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right here, but about 20. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody about $1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. But about $1,000 now. Quarter. But about 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But about 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But about 10 a quarter. 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Sold it every 1,000. 40 on 1. $7,600 heifer. $7,600 on the heifer here. Right here, but about 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 6. Everybody get 5. Hit 5 here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Here, but about 5. Everybody get 5. Everybody get 5. 4, but about 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 4. Did you say 4? Hit 4 here and a quarter. Everybody get 4. 4 and a quarter half. Here, but about 450. Somebody 5. 5 here, but about 5. 5 and a quarter. Hit 5 and a quarter half. 5 and a half. 75 here. 7, 7 and now quarter. Somebody get 7 and a quarter half. Hit 7 and a half here, but about 7 and a half. 7 and 5. Everybody get 7, 7 and 5. 7, 7 and 5. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 now quarter. At 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. Sold it every 140 on 1. $76.27 bull calf. $76.27 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. $1,000, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. At 90. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 quarter. 90. Everybody get 9 quarter. 9 quarter. 9 quarter. 9 25 50. At 950. Somebody 5. 9 somebody 5 here now 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000 now quarter. But about 10 a quarter half. What about 10 50? Somebody 5 here. Everybody get 10 75. And now 11. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11 10 somebody 5 here. Everybody get 11 10 somebody 10 80. Now 90. Everybody get 90. Now 11. 11 here. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 11. Sold it over 10 90. 40 on 1. 76.42 bull calf here right here on this one. Here we do, but about 3, but about 300, we get 3, 2, 2, but about 200, but a bit one. Hit one here in a quarter, now half, but about 150, 150, 75, but about 2, but about 2, $200 now quarter, but about 2, we get 2 and a quarter now half, but about 250, 75, but about 275, now 3, but about 3, we get $300 now quarter, 3 and a quarter now half, but about 350, 350, but about 50, we get 350, 350, 75, 375, but about 375. At 350 now, 75 here, but about 375, 350, we get 375. Sold at over 350, 86.94. 76.20 bull calf, 76.20 on the bull calf here. At about 1,000, $1,000, about 1,000, we get 1,000, we get about $1,000 now quarter, but about 10, we get 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, but about 10, we get 10 and a quarter, 1,000, we get 10 and a quarter, 1, we get 1,000, but about 10 and a quarter, 10.25, 10.25, but about 10.25, sold at over 1,000, 61.81 on 2, 61.81 on 2, 76.33. Bull calf here, I think about 1,000. If we get down on a quarter, but about 10, we get 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, 10.25, about 10.25, 50, and now 75, 10.75 here, 10.75 now 11, $1,100 now quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11 here, 11 and a quarter, 11 here, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, sold at over 1,140 on 1. $76.28 bull calf here. I think about 1,000. We get down about $1,000 now quarter, but about 10, we get 10 and a quarter, but about 10 and a quarter. At 10 and a quarter, half here, but about 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, now 11, now quarter, 11 and a quarter, 11, 10, 10, 10, 20, 20, now 30, 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30 to 40, over 40, 11, 40. Sold at over 11.30. 61.81 on 2. 76.31. Bull calf, but about 1,000. We get down about $1,000 now quarter, but about half here, but about 10.50, 10.50, 75 here now 11. We get 11 now quarter, 11 quarter, 11 quarter, 11, 10, 10, 10, but about 10, 20, 11, 20 now 30, 30. We get 30, 40, we get 40, we get 40 now 50, 50, we get 50. Sold at over 11.40, 40 on 1. 76.29. Bull calf here, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. Quarter, but about quarter. We get 10, 25, 10, 25. And now 50. But about 50, 75 here, but about 10, 75, 10, 75. Now 1,100. Now 10, 11, 10, 10, 10. But about 10. We get 10. Sold at over 1,100. 61.81 on 2. $73.99. You said bull calf right here, but about 12 here, but about 1,200. We get 12. 12 here, but about 12 here. We get 12 here, but about 12 here. We get 12 here. We get 11. 11 here. We get 11. We get 11. We get 1,000. 1,000, but about 1,000. We get 1,000 quarter. But about 10. We get 10 and a quarter. But about 10. We get 10 and a quarter. 10, 10 and a quarter half. But about 10, 50, 75 here now 11. We get 11 now quarter now half. But about 50, 75, 11, 75, 11, 50, 75, 75 here. But about 7, 75, 75, 75, 75 here. We get 11, 75. Sold at over 11.50. 61.81. 75.59 bull calf here. I think, but about 1,000, but about 1,000 quarter, but about 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter half, but about 50, 75 now 11, 1,100, 11, and now quarter, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 11, 20, 11, 20, 30, but about 30, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, 11, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, sold at over 11.30, 61.81 on 2. 76.25 bull calf here, but about 8, but give $800, but give 8, but give 8, but give $800, but give 8, but give 8, but give 8 here, but about 8, 5 here, but about 5, hit 5 here, but about 5 here, but about 5, but give 5 here, but give 5 here, but about 3, 3, but about 3, but give 3, but give 3, but give 3, 3, 3, 3, but about 3, but give 3, down quarter, but about 3, 3 and a quarter, but about 3 and a quarter, now half, but about 3, 50, 75, now 4, now quarter, now half, now 75, 5 here, now quarter, now half, 75, now 6, now quarter, now half here, but about 6 and a half, 75, now 7, now quarter, 7 and a quarter half here, but about 7, 9, 75, 8, but give 8, but give 8, but give 800, but give 8, but give 8, 775 here, put them on 8, sold at over 775, put them on 45.50. 75.27 bull calf here, but about 1,000. We get down, but about 1,000 quarter, but about here, we get 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter. And now half here, but about 10, 50, 75 here, now 10, 75, 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 10, 10, 10, but about 10, 20, 11, 20, 20, but about 20. We get 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, 11, 20. You want in 11, 20, we get 20, we get 20, sold at over 11, 10. 61.81 on 2. 76, 75, 62, bull calf, about 1,000, everybody get down, about 1,000, quarter, about 10, everybody get 10, a quarter, a half, about 10, 50, somebody 5 here, now 11, now quarter, 11, a quarter, half, about 50, somebody 5, 11, somebody 5, 11, 50, somebody 5, sold it, ever 11, 50, 40 on 1. 75, 58, bull calf, about 1,000, everybody get down, now about 1,000, now quarter, now half, about 10, 50, 10, 50, about 50, somebody 5, 10, somebody 5, now 11, everybody get 11, now quarter, 11, a quarter, 11, a quarter, 11, a quarter, 11, a quarter, 10, down 20, 11, 20, 20, now 30, 30, everybody get 30, 40, 11, 40, 50, 11, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold it, ever 11, 40, 40 on 1. 76, 16, bull calf, about 1,000, everybody get down, everybody get 1,000, everybody get down, about 1,000, quarter, 10, quarter, about 10, a quarter, everybody get 10, everybody get 10, a quarter, about 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10, a quarter, sold it, ever 1,000, 61, 81 on 2. 76, 24, you said bull calf? Here we go. Right here, everybody get on 9. Here we get 900. Everybody get 9. 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. 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 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 700. Everybody get 7. That's 7 now. Quarter half. Everybody on 7 9. 7 5. 8. Everybody get 800 now. Quarter now half. Everybody on 8. 50. 75 now. 9 now. Quarter. Now half. 950. 75. 9 75. Everybody get 9 75. Everybody get 9 75. 9 75. Sold at over 950. 60 181 on 2. 76, 17. Heifer, right in, but I'm at 12. Everybody get $1,200 now. Quarter, but a quarter, everybody get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, half. Everybody at 12, 50, 75, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 10, 13, 10, 20. Everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20. Sold it over 13, 10, 61, 81. 76, 41. Heifer, right hand, but I'm on 6. Here, but get 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 5. Hit 5 here, but I'm on 5. 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 Here, but get 5. 4, but I'm on 4. But get 4. But get 4. But get 4. But get 4. Hit 400. Here, but I'm on 4. 3. 3, but I'm on 3. 3, but I'm on 3. But get $300. But I'm on 3. But get 3. But get 3. 2. 2, but I'm on 2. But get $200 now. Quarter now half. And now 75. 2, 75. Now 3. 3 now quarter. 3 and a quarter half. But I'm on 3. 50. 75 now 4. But get 4 now quarter. 4 and a quarter half. But I'm on 4. 50. 75. Hit 4. 75 now 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. 4. 75. Here, but I'm on 5. 4. 75. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but get 5. Here, but get 5. Sold it over 475. 1259. 1259. 7640, 7640 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, we get 13, 13, 13, 12, and 1200 here, but about 12, here, but about 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 1,000, but about 1,000, we get 1,000, but about 1,000, we get 1,000, we get 800, here, we get 8, we get 8, we get 8, we get 8, 7, but about 7, we get 7, we get 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, $500 now, quarter, here, we get 5, here, but about 5 and a quarter, 5, here, but about 5 and a quarter, here, $500 now, quarter, but about 5 and a quarter, 5, here, we get 5 and a quarter, we get 5 and a quarter, half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 75 now, 6 now, quarter now, half, 75, and 675 now, 7, 7 now, quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, here, but about 7, 75, here, we get 7, 75, 7, 75, here, we get 7, 75, 7, 75, sold it over 7 and a half, but I'm on 60, 181. 7632 bull calf, and right here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000 now. Quarter now, half here, but about 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 now, 11, 1100. Everybody 11, 10, 75. Everybody 11, 10, 75. Everybody 11. Sold it over 10, 75, 60, 181 on 2. 7622. Bull calf here, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, half. Here, but about 10, 50, 75 here now. 11 now, quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 10, 10, 10. But about 10, 20. Everybody get 20 now. 30, 30, but 30. Sold it over 11, 20, 40 on 1.